Oh, hey, Tim. What's going on? Hey, I'm glad you found me. I'm glad you found me, Tim. What? I'm not late. Did you forget to turn your clocks back there, Tim? Hey, Ramona. Tansei. Hey, you like my cup? Where's the button at? Still the best cup. um, wait. Hold on. You're scaring me, Tim. I'm thinking did I not put the right time? Hold on, I gotta check something and see if I messed up here. Oh, you didn't hear anything? Well, can you hear me okay? I mean, do I sound all right? Is everything good with my stream here? I am no 8:30. Yeah. I mean, I posted a thing in group chat for 8:30. 7:30. Holy crap, Tim. You've been waiting for an hour for me. Okay. Man, I was going to say, Tim, I got scared for a moment. I thought I maybe put 7:30 in the group chat, and then I got a little worried that I was late for my own party. So, well, it's Friday night. I trying to pick another day to do a live stream. Are you talking to me? If you're talking to me, everything's great. Well, that's good, Tim. I'm glad everything's great. But can you hear me okay? This camera, it's the same one I've used before. I'm pretty sure everything comes in good with it. Just want to make sure everybody can hear me all right. Did you guys get to watch the Helltown video I did with the cemetery? Now you can hear me? Okay. So Ramona, you can hear me? And Tim, you can hear me too, all right? Okay. No, I'm just saying I've been here since 7:30 because I haven't told you in a while. I didn't, things have been going on in your life, and I just happened to run across your new side here. Yeah, I mean, everything's been going fine, for me. Um, I just kind of had my own direction that I wanted to go with doing um, this kind of thing, doing paranormal investigating. I kind of just wanted to do my own thing and go my own way with it. And, I parted ways with who I was with before. But I've been fine. I think there was just some misinformation put out about me, about what I was doing or whatever. I'm not too sure, but I've heard some things that weren't true. So, like I posted before, hey, Redneck Randy, if anybody does say anything about me on other channels, just check with me before you take anything, for what it's worth. Because not everybody's honest about certain things for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, I tell you what, it's been raining here. It's been raining all day. It's still raining. It's been raining since this morning, and it is still raining out. This was a good leak check, though, for my roof. So what's going on? Is it raining pretty much everywhere right now this time of year? Redneck Randy, how's your weather there? Are you getting rain, or is it nice there? Bad storm? Yeah, off and on. Okay. Yeah, I any of you guys, did you watch the Helltown Cemetery video I put out? That's funny, Tim. Oh, hey Tracy, what's up? What's going on? Ooh, man, steak dinner with mashed potatoes and corn. Man, I had some macaroni and cheese, so I don't know if you could top that with some hot sauce. That's funny, Tim. Uh, well, I man, that area over there, the old Boston area where I was exploring, I learned a bunch of stuff from that. Bunch of stuff from that. It's a big area. Never go there at night if I don't know where I'm going. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I don't pay attention to stuff like that. And I was just a lot of drama on the other channel, getting way too much. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess there's just some people that have to keep drama coming and can't just stay focused on the path that they're going and not look over at what somebody else is doing. But yeah, I'm just, looking forward, not really looking into the drama from things before. But like I was saying with Helltown, that area is part of the park, part of the Allegheny National Forest. They took that village and made it part of the forest. And I've never been there really. And I went there the one night, and I was trying to find where I thought was a cemetery, but I just ended up roaming around through miles of trails and uh, old roads and all kinds of stuff. So I got like a lot of film of me just wandering around through the woods, and then I finally got to the cemetery and I filmed there. And I'm still working out, making sure all my equipment is set up right. And when I had to go through some thickets, some really thorny thickets, some really heavy stuff to get to that cemetery, and I had cables coming out of my camera, and I didn't realize one of my microphones was unplugged. The other one, the switch got turned to a different direction. And so I had all that time in the cemetery, both cameras, one on me, one on a static, and I had no audio from either. I only had the audio from my audio recorder, which I was able to make the video out of. But it seems like it worked out because so far it's been the most viewed video I put out. Chicken mole Spanish rice. Man, everybody's making me hungry again, even though I just ate. Yeah, Redneck Randy, man, that's all I do. I'm solo, man. I just I go solo. Maybe sometime if something works out right, if I find somebody or know somebody to will do this with me, then I wouldn't mind having somebody do this with me. But until then, I'm just just doing it myself. Redneck Randy, you had pork belly and 4 buttons long, huh? Man, yeah, Tim. I bet this whole state of Ohio is getting rain right now. I can imagine because I haven't seen a day like this in a while. I mean, it rained from the moment I woke up, and it's still raining now. Yeah, yeah, I see what you're saying, Tracy. You're right. The activity it was just good activity, good EVPs too. Other grandpa, he was getting hits off of it. Got anything off of them, but on other Hold on, Tracy. I'm trying to see if I'm catching what you're saying here. On the other grandpa, he was getting hits off of it. I'm not sure what you mean. But at that cemetery, though, I had a lot of. It seemed like somebody kept triggering the one sensor, the cat toy. That thing kept going and going. That same spot, something kept triggering it over and over. And EVPs were really good there. There's some pretty cool ones. I swear that one said F Jerry. If you haven't heard it, check it out. One of the EVPs was a man's voice, and he says F Jerry, and I kind of thought that was funny. I don't know, I honestly don't know if it had anything to do with the incident that happened there before with Jerry trying to drink that beer that was there in that graveyard before. My mind went to there thinking there's no way that there's an angry or upset spirit about somebody picking up his beer or trying to drink it, because that would be hilarious. Oh yeah, Redneck Randy, I appreciate that. I'm working it. I've just I'm getting used to YouTube, because there's a lot to YouTube with how to use YouTube correctly. It's a search engine, so you got to do like a lot of things with um, research. You got to research your keywords and tags and all that stuff, and it's like a always evolving, updating cycle of what the best keywords are for your videos and the right kind of tags to use. And there's a whole lot of things, and I'm picking it up a little bit at a time. I made a few changes, and like in about 4 or 5 days, I went from 50 some subscribers to over 100. I'm like 110 now. So I think some of those changes help, plus some word of mouth. There was a channel that mentioned me a couple times when I was in their chat that may have brought some into me, which I appreciated. Oh yeah, you saw that, Tim? I love that clip. That's like one of my favorite. I remember that was funny. As soon as I set that camera up, and I mean, it was, you can't deny that whatever's there, spirits are there, and they can see you, and they can use your devices to interact with you. Because I'm setting up my equipment, getting ready to do a scene in that abandoned cemetery, and something triggers my device and says to me, "We like your equipment," which says "we," so I'm guessing there's more than one. And I was like, how could you deny that equipment works? Yeah, that was one of my favorite moments up there, over in the park there. And I had one too. You're going to see it coming up. I got another video I'm putting together now. I was over at the Towner Hopewell Indian Burial Mound, and I had a guest with me. His name's Declan. It was the lady who's got the house with the parent or the poltergeist activity. It was her son. He wanted to come with me, so I brought him along, and there was something that was really funny that happened. And again, it was through that same app on the device, and you'll see it. It cracked me up. I actually put it at the beginning of the videos. Something I do now. I like doing that better, is picking a good clip from what I'm putting together and adding it at the very beginning, so you get to see probably one of the best moments of the video to come, and that you get to see that up front to hopefully keep your interest to watch the rest. Maybe he was mad because of Jerry eating them potato chips. Someone did, because I did pick. Let's see, Ramona. Seemed like Tracy said, it seems like everywhere you go, there's one guy that mentions his name, George maybe, but he always there wherever you go. Yeah, there's been some consistencies with certain replies or certain things that come up wherever I go. And I was talking to Ramona about the one, Charlotte. It came to my attention some time ago that I think I have a guardian spirit that's been with me. I don't know how long. It seems like it's been a while though, and I'm starting to become aware. And she made me aware of her using my device one time, and name came up as Charlotte when I was trying to communicate. I was actually just testing the equipment out for the first time, and I got a reply back with the name Charlotte. And I asked her if she wanted to sit down with me, and I got a reply that said yes, like immediately. And I was like, whoa, that was kind of cool. And then she said, your guardian angel. And and that was another reply that was really quick. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, wow, I'm wondering, because I had some dreams before in the past that made me think that there was a woman that's with me, of some kind of spirit, or maybe an angel. And I get Charlotte comes up pretty much everywhere I go on my device. Her name will come up. And that's another thing that it's almost hard to deny that. And this last time where I was at, she came up again at the Hopewell Mound, and I got an EVP, and it sounds like some kind of a woman voice or something. And it was right after her name came up on the device. So it's possible I actually heard her say something for the first time, which was pretty cool. Yeah, I tried to do a live stream. I don't know if you remembered it, but I posted that live stream up from Helltown. I was going to go live there, and I couldn't quite find the place I was trying to find again. And I was hiking all through there, and I found part of the old area of Boston. They called it the Slaughterhouse. It was like a farmhouse, and I found it. But there was some weirdo hanging around, and he was kind of giving me a little eerie vibe, but he seemed all right. We talked for a little bit. He subscribed to my channel and everything, and I didn't want to go live and start doing anything while he was hanging around, because that's still public park, and I wasn't going to tell him to leave while I was trying to do that. But then he left, and I set up my stuff, and I started doing a little investigation. And then I heard footsteps above me, and I'm thinking, whoa, I'm like, I didn't hear anybody come walking by. I'm like, what? I was hoping nobody would be up there, and I captured footsteps from something. Smash that like button, Tracy. Yeah, and then I go up there, and it's that kid. He came back, and he was watching my stream while he was up there. And I kind of joked, and I'm like, well, I'm getting stream sniped like gamers do. I'm like, I'm getting stream sniped for like the first time. And I asked the guy, I just said hi, and I told him I thought maybe he was a ghost up there walking around, but it was just him. And I went back downstairs, and I started doing my investigation again. And then the guy starts playing music with his phone real loud. And right then I knew, I'm like, there's going to be copyright strikes. I can't even put this on air. So I had to end the stream, and wasn't able to finish it. But so that was another lesson I learned about live streaming at places, is to make sure when I go live somewhere that I have free roam and not have to worry about, other people interfering with the live stream. Because, with YouTube, you get copyright strikes if music is on your live stream, copyrighted music. So I learned a whole lot of crap from going to Helltown. But the cemetery is pretty much where it's been at. Trying to find all the other places, not really any luck. Well, I was kind of thinking about maybe doing reaction videos. I didn't know, do you guys watch reaction videos? You kind of know what they are? I don't know how much you maybe watch YouTube, but there's a lot of people do reaction videos where they usually pick a video that's related to whatever their thing is on YouTube, and they'll watch. Oh yeah, Tim, I am. I always wear that. I follow her regimen that she gave me to the T. Before I go, after I go, during, I take it very seriously, because I've seen how spirits can affect things, devices. They can imprint themselves on devices. There's no doubt that somehow they can affect you one way or another. So I take all the precautions like that others have helped me with, Ramona especially. I make sure that I keep myself free of having any kind of attachments or getting attacked or any of that. But yeah, I'm trying to be as safe as I can, Tim. I don't know. Have you? Has anybody watched reaction videos? They, YouTubers will watch videos that are popular in whatever they're doing. Maybe in this case, maybe reactions to um, some things that may have happened on some of the other like paranormal channels, some of the bigger ones. Some of the real popular things that happened. Maybe watch um, some of it and then react. What I think about what happened. That's kind of what the reaction videos are. It's real popular. A lot of streamers and YouTubers are doing it. Yeah, I have Ramona on speed dial. Yeah, she called me back when I was at the abandoned cemetery before when I was doing an investigation, and I had to make sure I checked my messages too because, you know, she watches sometimes, and I wanted to make sure there wasn't something that I needed to know right then. But that was one thing. I was thinking about reaction videos. Yes, yeah, she is, Tim. She's good to those who are good to her. And I might try a reaction video and just post it up and see how it goes. See if you like it. See, how popular it gets. See how it works out. Um, but they had a good time. I mean, this investigation I did over at the Hopewell Indian Mound was a lot of activity happened, and after about a half hour of being there, I got a lot of EVPs started. I started picking them up, and I had a couple experiences with that REM pod, something that was actually trying to get me to go somewhere, and it kept moving me with the REM pod. It was pretty amazing. You have to see that. That might be the second part of this. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it all into one part because I spent about an hour, maybe hour 15 minutes there, and I don't want to make one long video. So, but you have to watch for that. Watch a lot of different videos, but keep my ears and hearing aid tuned to you. Well, thanks, Redneck Randy. I appreciate it. I'm starting to get the hang of what most people want out of YouTube, what they watch, and I'm trying to gear my videos towards keeping it it's all authentic, keeping it authentic, and just trying to keep it short so you see all the activity and all the highlights of what happened during the time I was there. I don't want to make any of the videos like I used to do where we would just leave the whole thing uncut and you'd get an hour or more of one video of everything that happened from setting up to fumbling around doing all that. I that's that those days are like way over. I'm just going to keep the videos. If they're longer, which they might be, I'll just split them in half and then keep them short. That way, you know, you don't have to spend too much time because everybody's doing something. Nobody can just spend all day watching YouTube. So, I try to keep the videos interesting and to the point. But yeah, you're going to see some really cool stuff at that Hopewell burial mound. There was some really interesting things that happened, and I had that my friend there, Declan, was with me that night, and he had some pretty cool experiences. Tim, you said I've watched some of the videos where the guy tells a story and yet a graveyard, and he tells the story of what happened. You mean he tells the story of like a history of the graveyard? Which I mean, actually, that was bringing me to another point. You know who Josh is from? It's Squatch Topic PA. That Josh. Well, he gave me a couple ideas. There's a lot of history of a cemetery and a church there. I believe his wife's family was part of the church, and he knows a lot of the history. And there's a lot of like tragedy to this story of what happened there. This was over in Amity, Amity, Pennsylvania, and sorry, I'm getting these stupid pop-ups on my screen. And he thought maybe I'd be interested in checking out that cemetery there, because there's certain parts of it that they moved, that they started burying people in one area, and then I guess they moved it and made it like an actual cemetery. And there's a lot of interesting things about the history of it that he's helping me, giving me some information, and I think I'm going to end up getting the history of it and doing an investigation at that cemetery. It was North 10 Mile Church was the name of it, in Amity, PA. Thanks, Ramona. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was talking about, I was talking to Josh too about that's why it's good to know a lot of the history of the places you go to also, because sometimes you get EVPs and they might be from spirits that who knows at what point in time they may have been from, and they might say things and you might not recognize what they're talking about. The history can maybe, sometimes can help you understand what they're saying. So that's one project that I'd like to do. I know this is the bad time of year though for outdoors, but I definitely want to go down to Amity and get with Josh, and he can show me where it's at and give me some more history. And I'd like to check that place out. I got to find some places indoors that I can go to, some places that are haunted that I have access to, that are indoors now with the weather changing. It's going to be rough going outside this time of year. So, any weekend plans anybody want to talk about? Anything worth bringing up? Tracy, what's your birthday? I don't know if you ever told me what your birthday was. I know Ramona's birthday passed not that long ago, about a week ago. Same with you, Redneck Randy. You want to let me know what your birthday is? I might even have your messenger. It might be on your Facebook. If I do, I could always see it that way. I like to put that birthday wishes out if I know them. You see my cats running around? Okay, July 13th, Redneck Randy. Oh yeah, happy Veterans Day, by the way. Anybody, if there's anybody's veteran, just wanted to put that out there. I did a little shorts on that. Tim said, like if it was a murder, and then he tells you what happened, how the murder came about, and then the end, he's right there at the person's grave. Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, I got you. I know what you're saying. Like, I can relate to that. I can see how that's definitely that's like a little bit of drama and suspense that you build up, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're right there at the site where something happened or where somebody's at, and then it just like takes it to that next level that maybe people weren't expecting. I'm trying to think. There was some things that I did before. Oh, hey, roller woman. Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure. Great to see you too. Thanks for stopping in for this live chat. I'm trying to remember. Maybe it's with the other channel, some of the things we did, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. That I think I did. I'm trying to remember which project it was. but that was the same scenario, like how I wanted that to happen. Like it may have been the intro to the one episode we did by the mausoleum gates, how we were talking about it, and then it led to how I was right there in front of them and pulled on the gates. Ramona, you're doing a ceremony this weekend, but you're not feeling good. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I've been hearing from a lot of people they've been getting ill, so maybe it's just the seasonal time. You see Jimmy back there. He was a bad cat. He got outside, got all wet. Now he's probably drying himself off on my bedspread and all over the couch. But I did get some new gear. I mean, I got another camera. I got 2 cameras now, and I got those mini REM pods and a regular REM pod. I haven't got to use the minis yet, but I'm kind of excited about those. These things are pretty sweet. Let me show you these things. They work just like the big REM pod, but they're just mini, just small, and they're different colors too. This one's blue. That one's orange. Yeah, they're sensitive, as you can see. All right, there we go. But I got those, and I'm going to start, getting more equipment out there just for more evidence. You get some more interaction. I would like to catch interaction in like different areas at the same time. That would be really cool. That's why I want to get more equipment. Have some. There you go. Look. I'm going to shut them off now. Yeah. That way, if by chance, like I've got messages before where they're like they'd say there's more than one person there. So I'm always hoping that I'd actually get interaction with multiple devices to correspond with that. I think that'd be cool evidence to show that the devices, when they're interacted with and they say things, that they actually are authentic, and they could basically correspond to what they say. They can interact. Look at my cat back there. Jeez. Well, you see how Jimmy's doing back there. He's good, except he was all wet. Tim, he got outside in the rain. Didn't want to come back in for a while. Then he came in, and now he dried himself off on everything. Yeah, we all hope you feel better, Ramona. Are you? I hope you feel well enough to at least enjoy the ceremony. And if you do get some video of it, if you want to post it up on the group chat, that would be nice. That way we could all see it. Anybody, if you got anything you want to post on that group chat on Facebook, post whatever you like. I try to post some music on there sometimes and things like that. Well, I just finished one yesterday over at the Hopewell Indian Burial Mound over here, and I had some really cool things happen. And I'm putting together probably the first half of it because it's probably going to be a little bit too long for one video. But I had some really cool things happen when I was there. And you'll see I've got, after about a half hour there was EVPs started picking up, like when I listened to the audio. After about 30 minutes, from 30 minutes to about an hour and 10 minutes, I had a lot of EVPs. And I've got one sometime over in Amity, Pennsylvania, at a cemetery. Somebody turned me on to that one. I'd like to go there. I have some ideas. Some of them, though, for private investigations, you got to pay to go to some of these places, and Some of them are expensive, but I'm trying to find what I can do right now within my means that has some activity and some content that's, going to be interesting. But I should have the at least the first half of that investigation from the Hopewell Indian Mound up probably this weekend, I hope. Depends on how well my computer works with me. I've been getting blue screens again. I'm going to have to take it to shop, but it's hard for me to let it go when I'm still working on stuff, and I can get by for a while. Just sometimes I get blue screens, and then I'll just reset it and try again. Yeah, thanks, Tim. Yeah, you seen the video? Yeah. Like I used to do the unboxing videos, but I realized, with YouTube, and they're promoting shorts, and it really helps the channel too, to get shorts out there, short videos. And I figured instead of just doing a separate video on the channel for an unboxing, I would just do like shorts, do the YouTube shorts and post them. And they go to the channel too. You can see them just like any of the other videos. I think they're just trying to compete with TikTok. They're doing a big push on YouTube for shorts. So I think that's what I'm going to do with new equipment, is do short videos and as like an unboxing video. Yeah, but those REM pods, that's those devices are great. There's so many cool devices that I've seen, but some of them, they're custom made, and not everybody has access to getting them, and they're pretty expensive. Those little SLS cameras, those are nice. I don't know if you've seen those with like other channels, but it uses like that Kinect technology where it puts out a grid of like infrared lasers, and then anything that breaks the laser, it'll draw the connection of whatever whatever pattern breaks them, it'll draw it, and it looks like stick figures, and you can see like outlines of people, and they say that device is a way to actually see like an energy of an actual figure of a person, a spirit. I've seen a lot of people use them, and those devices you can get, they're kind of expensive as well. I really not sure if it'd be worth trying to make one, because there's a lot to it. You got to really know what you're doing. But if I think I mentioned it before, I'll post my email address on here. If anybody has an idea, someplace they know of, it could be just a local thing, that's haunted, that isn't a big national thing that everybody knows about. You could send me an email with it, and if it's not too far out of range, I might, consider making a trip somewhere to go check it out. I'm actually going to post it here now. There's the email. If you want to just send me an email for whatever reason, you could send me an email there. I wasn't quite sure how Friday night would work out for doing a chat session. I was trying to come up with a good day. I thought I'd just see how it goes Friday evening. Roller Woman, if you're still there in the chat, where do you live at? Where are you from? Misty. Hi, Misty. How are you doing tonight, Misty? Okay, Connecticut. All right. Has the weather been pretty rainy, pretty cold there? So today it's been rain from when I woke up till now. It's still raining out there now. guess it's making up for a lot of pretty dry weather. It's getting cold, but oh, you're working? Okay. You just working at home, or you like got your phone with you watching watching me stream while you're at work from your phone? Well, if my PC keeps working with me, if it doesn't crap out on me too much. Holly. Oh, I'm getting a call. I thought I silenced my stuff. I guess I better do the old airplane mode. Sorry about that. I thought I muted everything, but I guess not. Warm and rainy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was windy and rainy here today. Okay, thanks, Tim. I appreciate it. Yeah, I like doing the shorts. They're a good way to just keep a little bit of interest, you know. Working with your dispatcher. Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to I don't want to disrupt you from that job, you know. Yeah, as long as this computer doesn't crap out on me anytime soon here, I should have at least the first part of this investigation at the Hopewell Indian Burial Mound here soon, like this weekend. And there's a lot of cool stuff that happened the other night. And my uh, I never met him till just the other night. His name's Declan. I said the lady I did that investigation for the poltergeist in her home, that's her son. I went over there. I stop over sometimes and stay in touch with her to see how things are going there. And um, I met him. Him and his other brother are both like they went to school and they took photography classes and filming. So I figured I could use their help. Beth's her name that owns the home. She reached out to me and was like, well, my son said they could help you with some things with filming. So I was like, all right, cool. And then over there, I was already planning on going there, and her son wanted to come along with me. So he came along with me for that. And he had some cool experiences there. And I had some really cool ones. Like I was saying with the REM pod, it was something I'd never seen. I haven't had happen yet. Something was actually guiding me along with the REM pod to where it wanted me to go. It was really cool. It was really interesting. And that, that'll be, it might make the first part. I'm not sure yet. If not, it'll be in the second part. Yeah. So I know the places I've gone to from before that I'm revisiting now on my own. I know, those places have always had a lot of activity when I've gone there. That's why I like to go back to them because they always have some interesting things that happen. Oh, well, Roller Woman, I don't know if you know that, but that's my research site. Like I kind of based my research on what I'm doing on my own. That was like my inspiration for that was the West Branch. And that's just because the times I went there, I mean, I had 12 to almost 20 EVPs like over the course of each time I was there. And that was like, to me, I just couldn't, I'm like, wow, I'm like, this is crazy. It was like so many EVPs there. And I had two times something spoke to me, disembodied voice, not an EVP. It was actually audible. I heard it, but I couldn't understand what it said when I heard the voice, but I captured it and I listened to it and I heard what it said on my recorder. And that's something that I've never had happen anywhere yet. But I think Declan did though at the Hopewell Mound because there was something that I thought was an EVP, but right when you hear it, he says he heard a voice and it seemed to correspond with what I thought was an EVP, but I think it was an actual disembodied voice and he heard it. Yeah, that, I mean, if you look at if you check my channel, Roller Woman, I've got 5 parts that I did for West Branch. It was just a daytime I split in half, and then a nighttime I split in half, and then I went back again for another nighttime for just like 20 minutes maybe, and I did that all there. And there's all kinds of cool things that happened. A lot of EVPs, a lot of interacting with the devices. Um, I heard something speak to me that second time, disembodied voice, and EVPs were. I had over in that abandoned cemetery. I believe there's children spirits there because I get a lot of. If you see, you'll see in the videos too. Using the devices, I get a lot of toys, adults, and children playing here. Um, and I put the little cat toys down on the ground, and I seem to get the activity interacting with them while they're on the ground. But I've had the activity in that old abandoned cemetery is like where most of the activity I get is from when I go there. And I got an EVP that says "Daddy" on one of them, and a boy's voice, like a young boy's voice, on one of the EVPs. So it seems like there's some spirits of children over around there. So that West Branch area. I mean, I haven't really thought about just actually being able to say a place is haunted or not, but from just what I've gone through, that area in West Branch is haunted. It's haunted for sure. But it seems like I'm in pretty good there. I always get, for the most part, positive replies, and it seems like the energy's pretty positive when I'm there. What's that, Misty? Yeah, that Helltown Cemetery one. I don't know if you saw that, Roller Woman. Okay, Redneck Randy. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got I managed to put together about 14 minutes of video. Yeah, it was kind of sad though, like, to get either residual replies or even if it's intelligent replies, like a spirit of a child that might hear me, and that's its, that it replies that, you know, that's kind of like it's kind of sad. But I was saying about the Helltown video, I managed to put like 14 minutes of video together, and I almost fumbled that bad. I was talking about that before. I had to go through a bunch of thickets to get to that cemetery, and both of my microphones and my cameras got, one of the wire got pulled out, and the other one it got flipped to a mode where it wouldn't even pick up the audio from it. I had to go off of my audio recorder to make that video. Okay, the Buxton Inn, yeah, you did. I'm actually I'm gonna make a note on that too, Tim. The Buxton Inn. I know when you mentioned that before. I think I've heard of it before. Okay, I'll have to see if it's still open. Um, okay, well I appreciate it, Tim. I do. I'll look that up. In fact, I'll look it up tonight when I hop off stream and see. I might, maybe they'll give me permission to just go in there and check it out without like staying, or I'll talk to them and see. Maybe it's popular that people often ask them about it to do it, so they might be familiar with making arrangements for people who want to investigate it. But I'll contact them. Buxton Inn sounds cool. And the Portage County Historical Society, they have a building and they said that the building's haunted. They have a lot of artifacts in there, and they think that it's because of that. I've been meaning to reach out to them about seeing if they'll give me some time to go into it and see if I can pick up any activity in there. I always thought that'd be pretty cool. Well, let's see. Roller Woman, did you ever watch any of the reaction videos on YouTube? Misty, I'm reading what you put here. Absolutely, I deal with the paranormal most of my life. I'm a PK. Um, and honestly, people do not understand as much as there is good, there is bad, and when you hear or feel those things, it's intense. PK, is that? I'm not familiar, but I'm gonna guess. Does that mean like psychic? I'm not sure if I don't think I've seen PK used for an acronym. Because it sounds like some of my friends that I met through the channel experienced the same things, and it sounds like what they go through. Oh, okay. Preacher's kid. I got you. Oh, reaction videos. It's something that's been going. I guess it's been going for a while. It's where like your YouTubers or streamers they'll watch videos usually relating to whatever their content is of something that's pretty popular in the field, like say something paranormal, maybe a real popular video from a big name channel that's got like a lot of attention. Usually it's current things or it could be past things, and then you watch parts of it. You could make yourself like a video to watch showing some of the highlights from it, and then you just react to it when you see it and like kind of give your opinion about it. Basically, like you're showing the viewers your reaction to a popular video from another source in in whatever you're doing. It's pretty popular with YouTube, especially with streamers. They'll react to like music videos from some of the newer artists. I've seen some of those, and they'll watch them, and then they'll give their reaction to what they thought about it. But I was thinking about maybe trying that. Um, just I started putting some thought into it recently, and I'd have to look and see what's kind of trending with paranormal world and see what I could find. Yeah, TikTok. Yeah, I think yes, YouTube is trying to I think trying to do some competition with TikTok. That's why they're pushing the shorts and the reaction videos. It's probably because TikTok is pretty big for doing that, and they're trying to match the market with them. But I'm gonna check that Buxton Inn though, Tim. I'm gonna go check that out as soon as I get off stream here. I'm gonna take a look and see what I could do to maybe go there. I don't know if anybody that just jumped in seen these, but these are my new mini REM pods that I got. They're just like the big REM pods, but they're just got a blue and an orange one. They're pretty sensitive. You can see just holding them, they're going crazy. But that's I'm excited to use those. See if I can get activity going in multiple places at the same time to correspond to um, information or like device reactions from the devices talking about multiple people being around, seeing if I can actually catch something like that, or just seeing multiple reactions at the same time. to maybe let me know there are more than, more than one spirit that can interact at the same time around you. I think that would be really cool to see. Now, I haven't actually done any kind of a reaction yet, Roller Woman. Sorry, dog. Those things are loud as heck, aren't they? I guess, if I do kind of walk away from the area where they're at, they'll let me know when they're going off. um, well, Misty, probably the very first real paranormal experience I ever had. It made me really want to know what happened and how did it happen. And I did have a video about it before on another channel that I did where I talked about that. And I think I'm going to have to do one for my channel. Yeah, it's ear piercing. Sorry. Sorry, dog. I just, new toys. I got to play with them. I could just, I guess, tell you about it. I'll try to make it quick. Old house I used to live in. A lot of activity was going on. My ex-wife and my kids were telling me stories, and um, I wasn't quite sure what they were seeing or what they were experiencing because I hadn't experienced any of it. So I was trying to see if I could find out what was going on by making the same things happen. I even had a paranormal team come in and check my place out, and they got EVPs, and I saw flashlights turning on and off and stuff. And one time when they weren't around, I wanted to see if I could make the same thing happen because I thought, well, maybe whatever it was came with the people that came in here. So I was with one of my sons, and we were investigating our house by ourselves. At night I had the breakers off, so nothing would interfere with our equipment. I had my phone and an EMF detector together on the breakfast bar. And out of the whole time we were there, this is the only thing that happened. I had an EMF spike. It spiked full spike back and forth a few times and then stopped. And I was like, wow, that was cool. I was like, what just happened? And I was interested. I'm like, wow, I had my phone recording too. So I'm like, maybe somebody said something on there. But nothing else happened the rest of the time we were doing anything. We didn't hear anything, see anything. And I never listened to that recording for a couple months. I was headed over to a friend's to pick him up, and I was going to give him a call while I was driving there. And I picked up the phone, my cell phone, and I dialed his number, and I was waiting for the call to go through. And then before the call went through and connected, in that brief moment of silence, I heard a robotic voice, clear. I mean, it was rough, robotic voice, but it was clear. It said, "Hello, Michael." And there was no mistaking what I heard. And it just kind of like stunned me because I was just like, I just heard it. I just heard something say hello to me through my cell phone. And then right after it said hello, it went to the call. It connected. And then, I got a voicemail. But right away, my brain went right back to that moment when I had my phone and the EMF detector together and I saw the spike. And then I'm like, I wonder what happened. I'm like, how could this happen? And I went back and listened to the recording. And at the very end of the recording, I heard a voice say some things. And then I was just blown away how something could speak to me. Somehow something did something to my cell phone and was able to use it to communicate with me when I wasn't even where it was at when whatever happened. I was driving away somewhere else. Let's see. Ear piercing. Oh yeah, yeah. The haze, that was interesting too. That was another experience I had. It was like a weird mist. It was like white. And I opened the door to go in the bathroom looking for my son because I thought he was somewhere upstairs and I couldn't find him. And I went in, and when I went in, all I saw was just like it was kind of like a white haze, and I couldn't really see that clear through it, but it was somewhat transparent. And then just as quick as that happened, it was like it faded out, and then my son was standing by the sink in the bathroom. And then I realized that was not like cloudy eyes or any weird like um, anything natural. This was something else, and this, there was already things going on. I already knew there was some kind of spirits or something going on in the house activity. So I knew what I just saw was something else. Yeah, ever since that happened, Misty, with the phones, and it spoke to me two other times after that, but I never understood what it said, but I recognized it when I was on the phone to call somebody again, like months later after that first time. I heard its voice again, and I recognized it. Robotic voice sounded the same way, like a transformer or something, and it was speaking like a sentence, and I couldn't understand what it said. And then it did it a third time, but it sounded mad. Like I could tell in the voice, the tone, it sounded like it was mad, and I couldn't understand what it said again. And it never spoke to me again after that third time. But that really just that one had my interest peaked, and I just wondered. I'm like, how could something be communicating with me through my cell phone that way? It just, I was always curious about what's going on, what the potential is for energy or spirit. If they're able to somehow imprint a cell phone and able to communicate through your cell phone with you when you're just driving around, that's not what you normally think of when you think of like a ghost, or a spirit, saying things. It's like this is something that's interacting and trying to, like this isn't just residual energy that's talking and saying things. This is something that's like there and wants to talk to me, and it knows who I am. Hey, Ramona, if you do get some photos, well, I'm sure you will. You'll get some video. Post them over on the group chat so we can see them. Misty, you were very young, and her house was that way. And I kept telling my dad, kept seeing someone in your room. So they did a cleanse, and it showed itself to my dad. We didn't have any more problems there. Okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty intense. I know my daughter saw something. It scared the living crap out of me when she did too. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that. Older woman. I've heard that. You know, evil entities or spirits can disguise themselves. Um, I mean, it's possible, but I don't think. I think if there is some kind of a entity there or demon or something like that, I don't think it's it's seeing me as like easy prey, and I don't think it'll be. I don't think it would be trying to hide itself or disguise itself to try to. Did you see that? Whatever that was, it just went across me. Did you see it? It looked like an orb. Um, but I don't think that it would be trying to trick me. But I mean, I don't know. But I just do the best to protect myself. Ramona's given me a lot of advice, and I've got ways to to keep myself protected. But I believe they were authentic over there. That it's children's spirit, and I think whatever there's something else there though. I call it the protector. One of the other friends of mine, he's like a medium. He's gifted, and he was watching the video, and he was kind of worried for me because he sensed and saw something that was trying to hide from him there, and he said it was some kind of an elemental. And he I think that was what spoke to me, and I think a certain EVP I captured before may have been that, whatever it is. Yeah. I think whatever it is, it's not like a spirit of a person. It's something else, And my friend said that whatever it was conjured there, it was summoned there. And I get that reply when I try to talk to it. I can tell sometimes when it actually talks to me and it replies through the device. And I was conjured on my device many times there. And so it almost seems like whatever it was is there, somehow was summoned there. And I think it was probably summoned there by um, someone practicing some kind of witchcraft or something that maybe brought something there to basically curse the land when they were forced off of it or something. And I think what's there now is it's been there, and it it says, like, I've got messages over there that says I protect this land and cursed. I was conjured. That's pretty common when I'm there, and it seems repetitive, and I don't think it's repetitive for chance. And I think that's what the audible voices I heard there, the 2 times something spoke to me. I think it was whatever that is. But I'm trying to see, I just, when I go back, I'm always keeping my ears open, because once you hear something speak to you out of nowhere, you start realizing that, there's some kind of power there, or some kind of energy that is not like just the spirit of a person. It's something else that's able to actually speak, audibilize something to you just out of nowhere. And once it's done that to me 2 times, now my ears are always open, and I'm listening to see if I hear it again, if I captured it. The first time it told me you have to stay, which I wasn't sure how to take that, honestly. And the second time it said, I know where he's at. So I'm not sure if it was speaking to somebody else or what it was, but that's the 2 replies I got when I heard an audible voice, what it said. Well, told you guys a whole lot of stuff, huh? But I think you're going to be pretty excited, and I think you'll see some cool stuff coming up with this video at the Hopewell Mound. Like I said, it was pretty exciting there. And I had somebody first time doing something like that came with me, and he had some pretty cool experiences there, and you get to see that too. All right, well, I think I'm gonna close it down for the night. I appreciate everybody coming and joining the stream tonight. I got some links to some channels for some of the others who we help each other. If you go to the About section under the channel, you'll see links to some of the other channels, some of my friends that we will help share each other's information, our content, to help each other out. I've been helping you at one of those sites. She was holding the camera. Oh yeah, you'll be asking for help. Maybe roller woman. That was Molly. I mean, maybe, possibly. I'm not too sure. I hadn't talked to her in a while, and then when I talked to her, she was kind of interested, and she brought the camera. One of my friends asked me if I go there again sometime to the West Branch area. He said to bring a woman because he said that he thinks it'll help with the interaction there. And it just happened that when I talked to her and she was talking about, we're talking about the West Branch and things going on, I kind of was like, well, this might be a chance. If she comes with me, we'll see if somehow there's some kind of a different reaction there. Plus, one of the spirits apparently helped push me down the hillside that night, the night before that, when I did a live stream, and I was there trying to make a peace offering with him. His name was Glenn. Old Glenn. Every time I go there and I light the pipe up now and smoke, I always ask Glenn if he wants to come over and smoke, because they told me that Glenn liked to smoke a pipe. Yeah, I do, and that's kind of like what my it's kind of like what this it's like. I call it like a project or a relationship, an experiment to see if there's consistencies. If I keep going back to West Branch, what I call my research site, if I go back there, I'm curious to see time after time after time if there's certain things that I get, certain reactions that I get that are consistent. And so far it's been that something has spoke to me more than once, a disembodied voice. My name's been mentioned on EVPs there many times through the device as well. And that one we were just talking about with Molly there, it said Mike on the device. If you remember that, when I was sitting there, that came across and it just said, I think it said Mike. I don't think it said Michael. I think it said Mike. But I thought that was kind of funny. Um, and I've gotten some replies that, I get to know some of the names that come up there. And I remember some of those names, and I'll try to establish, communication with some of the maybe the names of the spirits of people that are there. Jones was one. If you remember from the videos on this channel, that one of my first the daytime one at West Branch, I got the name Jones came up multiple times, and there was an EVP saying Jones it is. And I thought that can't be that much of a coincidence. So I'll mention, I'll try to talk to Jones when I go there, and that's the kind of thing I'm trying to see if there's somehow you get an actual, like, if this is intelligent spirits that seem to like recognize me and actually start to communicate with me when I'm there. Yeah, yeah, I agree, Roller. Thanks, Misty. Yeah, have a good night. Thanks for chatting with us. Yeah, I don't want to do that. That was one of the big things I had why I wanted to do my own thing. I don't like I don't like the format of doing this for strictly the entertainment purposes and trying to get reactions. I mean, getting reactions is important for the content, but the reactions, if you're in some place, if you're at a place that's haunted and there's spirits there, I've noticed they seem to react to you when you react to them with in a respectful way, because if they're intelligent spirits, they're going to recognize when somebody's trying to aggravate them or agitate them. They're going to avoid them. And I've seen that happen before when I did some of the investigating I did. Someone was trying to actually play an aggressive role, and that was one of the only times we went to this place where we didn't get any interaction with the devices. I saw that. As soon as I saw that, I knew it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, they don't want to interact when someone's trying to, cause too much noise. That's one thing I've learned, right, Ramona, is the noise. If things are really noisy, if you're trying to be noisy, it's actually like it causes like discomfort, or the spirits will avoid you. And if you engage with them just like you would engage with a person who's alive, it seems to me that the reactions have been good. I'm getting EVPs talking to me. I'm getting reactions to all my devices, and it seems like the interactions have been positive. And there's times where, like at West Branch, when I was at the abandoned cemetery, and I've gotten let me rest, and then I will take that and leave them alone. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, yeah, being demanding. I mean, if you're being forceful, like if you're trying to, yeah, if you're trying to like get some kind of a reaction on purpose by being disrespectful, that that doesn't seem to me to be, to get any kind of a reaction. You know, some people want a reaction that's going to be what you might consider a bad reaction just for entertainment purposes, but I don't want to do that. I think the spirits that are there were once living people, and everybody who's lost somebody, if their spirit's somewhere, it's like, you wouldn't want to talk to them that way. You wouldn't want them to be angry or irritated. Just like when you go to a cemetery, if the spirits of people who are buried there, that's spirits of people's family. I mean, what kind of person would go around to just try to piss off people's families members' spirits so they could get a reaction that people would want to, watch? Tim. Yeah, I got the likes. I think the likes are pretty close to matching. Yeah, I appreciate the likes and watching the videos, the watch time. Those are the important things that make the channel successful. As long as you like the content, then it works out. All right. Well, all right, guys. I guess I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go look up this Buxton Inn right now and see how I can go check out this Buxton Inn. But I just want to say goodnight again to everybody. Thanks for being here. I guess if I stick with Fridays, I'll let everybody know in the group chat. And if you're not sure, if nobody's in the group chat, you could go to the about section of my channel, and you'll see all the links for everything. Hey, dog. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Yep. Happy Veterans Day to everybody. If you served before, thank you for your service. And I will talk to you again. Good night, everyone.